I'm at my parents' basement, and it's not going to be one of those regular videos where I just yap and give you advice. It's going to be like a vulnerable video where I just tell you a situation I don't have a solution for, and I want to get your advice, right? So be generous in the comments. So I have two parents, a mom and a dad, right? It sounded like I have two moms or two dads. Nothing wrong with that, especially if the moms are hot. It's type mom. Anyways, and two younger siblings, right? Two brothers, both boys. I mean, yeah, brothers, obviously boys, younger. And I feel like my parents, they talk oftentimes in a way at my youngest brother that I don't like, right? They scream or they demand stuff from him, and just like I feel like they're attacking him verbally way too much, and I feel like it's impacting him, right? It's impacting his insecurities. I feel like he's dating women that he shouldn't be dating or having friends that are questionable, right? Because he probably feels insecure about himself from all the pressure. And man, this is getting really deep. And that's why it forces him to be with people that are not worthy of him, right? Because I think he's a great guy. I mean, obviously he's my brother, but handsome, smart, very smart actually. Like the joke he makes are usually like high IQ people, they really recognize wordplays really fast, and he does it. So damn, jealous of that guy. Massive penis. Anyways, if your lady's interested, but he's still underage. Yeah, and I feel like I don't want to say it's so extreme, but maybe it's the truth. I feel like my parents are destroying him, right, in a way, and I try to step in, and I don't know if it's right. I get into fights with them. I try to give them books, or but I don't know. I don't know. And part of me is like, hey, it's not your problem. You have your own shit figured out. You have to go get rich and do this and that, and you hate your I want to say hate your life. No, but you hate stuff about your life too. I don't mind my life, right? But of course, there's certain aspects that you don't like that you want to change, right? Like living in Thailand and doing what you usually do in Thailand. But a part of me is like he's like my brother, right? And he's the youngest, and I feel like I need to protect him, and I feel like there's so much injustice, right? I mean, I guess my parents they do it out of goodwill, but I just don't think they do it right, or they put enough effort into doing it right, right? Into reading literature, into actually thinking how can we influence a kid without hurting him, right? How can we make him get better grades without making him lose his self-confidence, right? Like how do we make sure that he knows that we're on his side and not on the teacher's side, right? And я не могу сейчас. Ну, я видео записываю. 5 минут. And I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it right. I was also screaming today together with them, and I mean the classic discussion, right? They want him to do engineering stuff. He's like, no, I want to do business, and I'm like, look, you already had two brothers doing engineering. They both hated it. Like, stop this Eastern European, Asian old mentality that you got to be engineer, doctor, or lawyer to be happy, to be successful. My dad's like, no, you only got to find job as engineer, which is, by the way, bullshit, right? I mean, I found out that I want to do marketing, and marketing jobs are for people with marketing experience, marketing degrees. They don't care if you're smarter as an engineer, if you can do stuff. They still want marketing people. Which I guess is logical, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to end this video in this very ambiguous way. If you've been in this situation before, if you're a parent, if you're a kid, if you really know how to influence. By the way, that looks like a tiny, tiny wiener, my chewing gum that I was chewing before I was recording the video. Yeah. No, it kind of doesn't, man. Anyways, it does. Tiny wiener, ever nice wiener. So yeah, if you have some advice on how to handle this, should it be my problem? Should it not? How can I influence my parents, my brother? It's complicated. And also, how do you make your brother stop using Snapchat and actually do something useful with his life and time? Because of course now I'm 10 years older than him, 9, and I realized that, hey, you cannot waste your life. You got to do something about it, right? Especially now you start earning money. You're like, ooh, I spent 40, 50, 60 hours working this job, what do I do in my free time, blah, 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 blah. Of course, in school it's more careless, but still, how? I guess it's a second question, right? Or first and a half question. How can I also influence him to not waste his time so much? Anyways, guys, that's all. I think I'm gonna go to bed. Maybe work some more on the cool stuff, on a cool project that I mentioned in the other videos. I'm gonna link this other video where I mentioned my cool project and also some other sad updates. Man, it's only sad updates today. But you know, puppy loves you, and I hope the microphone. I just recorded 2 videos. Imagine if the mic was like off, right? I mean, or like I don't know, I like tapped on it and it felt weird. Anyways, guys, I love you, and damn, I look sharp today. And kisses. Bye.